Let's go. You lead the way. Where are we headed? Towards a net zero future, of course. Cleaner water, more electricity, a sustainable society. That's the destination we've set ourselves. This we know. Yes, we know exactly where we're going, but we need to get there quicker. So, let's build on the progress we've already made by working and walking together. With the right partners, tools and ideas, we'll become an unstoppable force. This we know. Right now, there are businesses who are putting technology and sustainability at the heart of everything they do. Brave leaders turning maybes into realities and building something better for everyone. Now is the time to look to the future and reinvent ourselves today, empowering others to do the same tomorrow. Yes, we know what the future holds, and we know how to get there. So, let's take charge of the journey today.
Welcome to our school board meeting.
Namaskar.
Hello.
Hi.
Spifio, access in any language.
Kebangsaan Kempadang is a primary school located in the heart of Kuantan, the state capital of Pahang, on the east coast of Malaysia. Our school is just a kilometer away from Kempadang beach. The school was built in 1937 by the villagers. We currently have 102 teachers and more than 1,600 students with about 30% of those from the bottom 40% of Malaysia's household income. Since becoming a trust school in 2015, our enrollment has increased by about 6 to 7% per year. Parents see our school as a great place to send their children for a holistic education, which also because on academic achievements. Pupils enjoy learning in our school as we practice students-oriented learning methods. They are active, creative, open-minded, and confident. The teachers are also willing to educate students in the most effective way by using SmartZoom as a tool to keep records of students' performance. Teachers also found it useful to complete their action research and come out with the intervention programs. SmartZoom is now being fully used by all teachers in our school. During the parents and teachers meeting, we share SmartZoom with them and we receive great feedback from everyone. The students are also delighted to see their performance through SmartZoom. They always volunteer to help their friends who are in need. In a nutshell, SmartZoom is the best platform for everyone.
The World Education Week 2022. That was the principal of SK Compada, Puan Hajar Ros Hayati Hashim, sharing about our school. Before I proceed with our discussion today, on behalf of SK Kempadang, we would like to congratulate all the winning schools which has been announced yesterday. Well done, everyone. I'm Fatin Diana, the moderator for today's panel discussion. Together with me in the studio are three speakers who are going to share our innovation, SmartZoom. Before I introduce the speakers, allow me to share with you what SmartZoom is. SmartZoom is a fully automated tracking system that follows pupils' progress in their studies. SmartZoom has been used since 2019 in our school, but only focusing on summative assessment, as we still have the UPSR or the national based exam for the primary school students at that time. But during the pandemic in 2020, the school has improved the tool to meet the teachers' needs. SmartZoom is a unique tool which is also user-friendly, where teachers can easily get the students' data to support them to improve the teaching and learning process. SmartZoom is not only user-friendly but also eco-friendly. It's paperless. It's more effective than using papers to collect and record the students' data. So without further ado, let me introduce the speakers for today's discussion. The first speaker is Cikgu Baharom Bujang, the SmartZoom innovator. Welcome to the studio, Cikgu Baharom. For your information, Cikgu Baharom is SK Compadang former school principal. He has just retired from the teaching world last March after 32 years of service in education. The second speaker is Cikgu Zulkifli Jantan. He's a middle leader teacher who is good at ICT, and he's also the coordinator for SmartZoom. Cikgu Zul has been teaching for 9 years, and he's very committed in teaching, especially in robotics and science technology. Last but not least, Cikgu Naimah Muhammad Noor, the school-based assessment coordinator for SK Compada. She has a wide knowledge of the school-based assessment, which makes her super user of SmartZoom. So ladies and gentlemen, those who wish to ask any questions to our panels here, Please do so by dropping your questions in the chat box. I'd like you to hold your questions at the end of our session. And don't forget the hashtag WorldEduWeek. Without further ado, let's begin with our discussion today with Cikgu Baharom. Cikgu Baharom, Smart Zoom has transformed SK Compadang from zero to hero. Well done, Cikgu. So can you please share with us what Smart Zoom is and how did you come up with this idea? Over to you, Cikgu Baharom.
Thank you, Fatin, our adorable moderator. First of all, thank you to TIFO as an organizer of WBS prizes for giving me the opportunity to share my innovation, Smart Zoom. When our Ministry of Education announced the scrapping of the national-based summative assessment known as UPSR in 2020, teachers were no longer able to use the existing software to key in the student result. At the same time, the ministry also announced the importance and the improvement of the school-based formative assessment. The main problem that we faced at that time was the teachers did not have a specific tool to keep track the student learning progress data. So my friends from other school use manual way to collect their student learning and progress data by using paper records. So I thought that this was an opportunity to me and the school to improvise what we have already had, Smart Tracker, into a new version of student learning progress to tracking tool, which would replace the previous tool provided by the Ministry of Education. Originally, Smart Tracker was used to collect data for student summative assessment. But now, we needed to look further than summative data so that we could make the data useful on a daily basis for teachers to plan their lesson and support all their student learning. We call our innovation Smart Zoom because all the information needed is at your fingertips. School teachers can access Smart Zoom through their smartphones, which means they can complete assessment for learning data while they're in your lesson. Smart Zoom is actually a digital apps using Google platform or Google Chrome technology. Smart Zoom is a combination of three items. There is one, Smart Tracker, two, formative assessment tools, and three, the summary of school formative assessment. Smart Tracker is a tool where I have developed since 2016 to monitor students' progress for the summative assessment. The student performance is shown in three colors as the indicator. We call it traffic lights. Green is for the excellent. It means the student already achieved the good marks in the skill tested. Yellow means moderate, while red means the student have not mastered the skills or the lesson. Smart Zoom provides all data such as student learning style, topical deficits or weaknesses, students' academic reports, and the summary of school-based assessment. Smart Zoom helps teachers to overcome students' weaknesses in basic literacy skill. Teachers collect the data easily from Smart Zoom before they run their program.
Very interesting, Cikgu Baharom. Smart Zoom has been used for 3 years in SK Compada. So what is the impact for the students, especially during the pandemics?
Yeah.
Can you explain to us?
Impact on this, the number of students who needs the intensive program has decreased rapidly. For example, in 2021, from 152 students involved in the reading literacy program called Baca Cepat Kawanku or BCK, where finally 95% of them can manage to read simple phrases or sentences. Teacher in charge can easily apply Smart Zoom as a tool for that program. Smart Zoom can recognize the student learning style, whether visualized, auditory, or kinesthetic. With the large enrollment of students, Smart Zoom helps our school to improve our intervention program easily and efficiency. Smart Zoom reporting student helps teachers to share the students' reports to parents easy. During COVID-19 lockdown, Smart Zoom really proven as the best tool for us because the student report can be done through online. Smart Zoom has been shared throughout the nation, especially Selangor. Up to now, we are keep on working to improvise Smart Zoom upon the school needs. I'm sure Smart Zoom will be spread around the world in the future because of its unique features. I'm very happy that my innovation can solve the problems in school. Hopefully, teachers, schools, and community can get the benefit from Smart Zoom. Thank you.
Thank you, Cikgu Baharo. Hopefully, Smart Zoom will spread its wings throughout the nation one day. And I can feel that you are very happy right now, Cikgu Baharo. So congratulations, your work hard paid off. So just now, Cikgu Baharo said that Smart Zoom is a digital app that uses Google Sheets apps. So Zulkifli, so Cikgu Zul, you are the admin for Smart Zoom and you were in charge of setting up Smart Zoom in SK Compada. So can you tell us more about why do you choose to use Google Sheet apps? Over to you.
Okay, thank you, Fatin. Yes, as Baharul mentioned earlier, Smart Zoom use Google Sheet platform to collect, process, and display data. In Malaysia, the Ministry of Education provides all teachers, educators, and students with a digital learning platform called Delima. It is a short form of Digital Educational Learning Initiative Malaysia. The Delima platforms offers all the applications and services required by teachers and students within the Malaysian school system, including digital learning enabling technologies and resources such as Google Sheet, Google Classroom, digital textbooks, Canva, and we can watch EduWeb TV directly from the portal. Ministry also provides us with unlimited storage in Google Drive. Every teacher and students has their own Delima ID. Teachers are already aware of these features in Delima, so we take the opportunity to fully use Google Sheets in Delima when using our Smart Zoom.
I see. And it shows that using Smart Zoom, SK Kempadang has fully used what was provided to us by the Ministry of Education. So well done. And as the developer of Smart Zoom, I'm sure it hasn't all been smooth sailing. So Cikgu Zul, can you share some of the challenges that you and your team have had along the way while implementing Smart Zoom in school?
Sure, Fatin. As the saying goes, Rome wasn't built in a day. Smart Zoom also faced the same problem. Once the innovator brought in the idea, we put on our thinking caps. We designed the tool and shared the idea with officers from district and state education office. Once we got the green light from them, then we shared it with the teachers in school and solicited feedback from them as the end user of Smart Zoom. The earlier version of Smart Zoom is called Smart Tracker. In 2019, we introduced the Smart Tracker to the teacher, which only focused on the UPSR candidates. UPSR was a centralized assessment for all students at the end of their primary school session. With Smart Tracker, teachers for every subject can keep records on students' performance after they do the test. By looking at the indicators in the Smart Tracker, teacher came up with the intervention programs to overcome students' weaknesses. We were delighted that the result for the national based examination, that is UPSR, that year had increased almost 20% compared to the previous years. When the ministry announced that UPSR would be abolished starting 2020 and start to empower the PBS, that is school-based assessment, we start thinking of improving the Smart Tracker into something that suits to our new education system. One of the elements in PBS is PBD, that is classroom-based assessment. Teachers need to identify the potential of every student and set the mastery level, or we call it TP, based on the description provided by the ministry. Ministry also provides the offline template to key in the TP. This is a good move, but we have to think how to collect all the data from more than 100 teachers and 100 students. They cannot always meet each other due to lockdown. This is a problem for us and we have to overcome it. So for the first step, we convert the offline PPD template into an online template. This is the beginning when we use Google Sheet instead of Microsoft Excel for Smart Tracker. So teachers can key in the TP anywhere and anytime as long as they have basic internet connection. We keep improving until we link the data from PPD template to Smart Tracker template, which also has been converted into Google Sheets. This becomes an integrated assessment data collection, complete with analysis in graph and pie chart. The combination of online PPD template and Smart Tracker is called Smart Zoom. Of course, at first, we received not so good feedback from the teachers. Most of them said that it was a bit tedious for them to complete the information in the Smart Zoom. The class teachers also unskilled to upload the students' photos in the photo album. Later, with the help of the head of panels, we organized a few CPDs and PLCs to share what Smart Zoom is in depth and help the class teachers to complete the important data. We also help them to upload photos of the students into the portal. After a few months of hard work sharing what Smart Zoom is, we managed to get all teachers to use Smart Zoom. As for now, 100% of teachers use Smart Zoom. It is proven that the tool is user-friendly. We just use the Google Sheet apps to collect, process, and display students' performance so that we can plan intervention for students. No pain, no gain. It's the best to represent what we have faced. Thank you, Fatin.
Thank you, Zul. I can see that there's no more pain in your face. Okay, so congratulations. Like what Malay said, tak kenal maka tak cinta. So once you get to know Smart Zoom, then of course you will fall in love with it. When there's a way, there's always a way, right? So to be at this stage, we need to really work hard and be patient. Okay, so thank you and well done, Zul and your team. My next question is for Cikgu Naimah. Okay, Cikgu Naimah, you are the coordinator for the school-based assessment, which makes you a super user of Smart Zoom. You are also among the early adapters to study what Smart Zoom looks like in our school. So how do you feel about Smart Zoom?
Okay, thank you, Madam Fatin. I'm very lucky to use Smart Zoom in school. Smart Zoom really helps me to gather data for school reporting. As the coordinator for the school-based assessment, I need to submit the reports to the district education office at least twice a year. During the pandemic, with the announcement of the importance of the school-based assessment, I have to submit the student progress in study every month. It was quite hard for me to gather the data as not every student joined the online class due to a lot of constraints. But with Smart Zoom, it easy my work. The teacher just complete the traffic lights, indicators, and student progress in the spreadsheet, and I will read the data by looking at the summary reports. The best part of Smart Zoom is I can easily read the summary which is displayed in graphic form. During the parents and teacher meetings, the teacher just need to share the student record profile as a replacement to the previous software which was provided by the Ministry of Education. Smart Zoom also helped me a lot to improve my teaching techniques. By looking at the indicator in the Smart Zoom, I'm able to identify who I should give extra attention to. I'm able to use the data to complete my action research. Once I got the data, I can easily think about the intervention programs to ensure my students achieve the highest performance. For example, in mathematics, 10 over 35 students are still not master additional with regrouping skill. So I found out the main issue why the student unable to solve the problems. And I come up with the solution to help them improve their performance.
Okay, Cikgu Naimah. Just now you are talking about the action research. So is it an innovation that all teachers in your school have to come up? So can you please explain in detail what is it about?
Actually, we are in trust school. In trust school, teachers have to prepare action research at the end of the year. So by looking at the indicator of Smart Zoom, I use all the information to prepare the action research. Not just I, all of teacher here. The action research is actually the teacher's innovation to bridge the gap between the moderate and excellent students. It's not doubt that Smart Zoom is very useful and every teacher must use Smart Zoom. Indeed, a Smart Zoom is really helpful. Not just me, but every teacher should prepare their remedial program or intervention upon the deficit topical subject. By using all the data in Smart Zoom, it's easier for teachers to come out with the intervention program and action research. Our counselors have a set of questions to recognize the students' learning style, either they are kinesthetic, auditory, or visual. This information really helps the teacher to plan remedial programs or intervention for the student. I love to share the students' performance with the kids. They are eager to know what colors they are. The students are really excited to know which color they are, and once they already know what they should do, once they look at the traffic light, as what Mr. Baharum said earlier, they're very excited when they say their colors. Okay, people say if you love something, let it go. If you come back, then it's yours. But I can't apply for Smart Zoom. It is a nightmare for me, and the other teachers in Smart Zoom does not exist. It's very nightmare for me if Smart Zoom does not exist anymore. Okay, thank you.
Yes, thank you, Naimah. I love it when you said that it was or it will be a nightmare if there's no Smart Zoom in our school. Okay, from what you explained earlier, it shows that, or it's proven that Smart Zoom is very useful tools for everyone in SK Compada. So to be honest, I'm also one of the early adapters using Smart Zoom in our school, and I'm so lucky and I'm so proud to use Smart Zoom in our school. So that's the end of our discussion. So ladies and gentlemen, thank you for your attention, and if you have any questions, I'll be happy to answer them. Okay, let's look at the chat box. I received, there's one question from Alexander. Thank you for asking. And the question is, was there a difference in buy-in for Smart Zoom between teachers from different generation? Meaning that is there any gap from the junior or senior teachers in using Smart Zoom in school? So is there any volunteers to answer the question for me?
Thank you, Alexander, for your question. Nowadays, IT IT is very useful for us. Whether we are the baby boomers like me or the generation, we call the Y generation and so on. Yes, there's a little differences. For the younger generation, we just need maybe 2 or 3 sessions to do PLC. There is a professional learning community because they are already familiar with the technology and easy to understand it. For some baby boomers like me, generation, we need to do a lot of coaching and hands-on with them so that they could understand more on how to use Zoom.
Okay, thank you, Cikgu Baharul. Hopefully it answered your question. Yes, I agree that, but however, it depends on the individual, right?
Yes.
Our Smart Zoom innovator, Cikgu Baharul himself is also baby boomers, but he is one step ahead from other generations. So well done. And our next question is, I received from BZM. Thank you for asking. The question is, what is the school next planned? What is the school next plan for Smart Zoom? So I think Cikgu Zul, can you please respond to this?
Okay, Fatin. If we ask, what is the school's next plan for Smart Zoom? Okay, since SK Compada has been announced as the top 10 for World Best School prizes, Malaysians were eager to know what we have. Other schools and non-government organization had come to our school to get know. They want to know more about our innovation, that is Smart Zoom. We have met the officers of Ministry Education, officers from Ministry of Education who are in charge of curricula, and we receive feedback from them. So we plan to do some improvisation in Smart Zoom, as it is the best platform for everyone. After we do improvisation, we will share the new version of Smart Zoom to each school in Malaysia. Betul?
Okay, thank you, Cikgu Zul. There's one more question, and I think Cikgu Naima, you have to answer this. We have no more choice. So Cikgu Naima, the question is, can Smart Zoom being used in secondary school? Because SK Compada is a primary school, so can Smart Zoom used in secondary school?
Okay, thank you, Madam Fatin. Yes, absolutely. Smart Zoom is very useful for all levels, from preschool to secondary school levels. For secondary school, Smart Zoom is very suitable for SPM candidates, where teachers can track the student weaknesses and strengths. We have applied this in 2019 for our UPSR candidates, and the result for our school has increased to 20% compared to previous year. Of course, this is very used in secondary school.
Okay, perfect. Okay, we still have a few more time left, so I will take another question, and I will answer that. Okay, so the question is, when you design assessments, how do you consider measuring skill development or subject mastery? Is this considered in Smart Zoom? So anybody can help me first? When you design assessments, how do you consider measuring skill development or subject mastery is this considered in Smart Zoom?
Skill development.
Yes. The answer is yes. Before our innovator come up with the Smart Zoom, of course we have to take into consideration for all level of our students, because in our schools we have 3 level of students. So of course we take into account for every single level of students, no matter either they are in the moderate, excellent, or low achievement. And that's why we use traffic lights as the indicator. So once our pupils have achieved the mastery level or green traffic lights, they will be chosen as a little teachers to help their friends who are still in red and yellow. And of course, those who are in red, the teachers will do more intervention programs with them. Okay? Is there any more questions? Okay, looks like we are running out of time, so I'm afraid we won't be able to answer the questions now. But don't worry, we are going to answer them on our Facebook, our Instagram, and Twitter. Don't forget to follow us on our social media for more interesting sharing about SK Compada. Okay, to sum things up, there are 5 steps to replicate our practice. The first one is the principal's interest. Cikgu Baharum's idea of Smart Zoom is to ease the teacher's task in completing a summary and formative assessment data. So he took the opportunity to bridge the gap between Ministry of Education philosophy and the tools that we were provided to implement the philosophy effectively for primary school learning. And number 2 is, we receive a good support from the communities, parents, and the stakeholders. Just like Cikgu Zul was saying just now, to implement Smart Zoom, the school needs a good cooperation from everyone, not only the teachers in school, but also everyone in the community. So apart from the teachers, parents, officers from the district and state education department, local communities, and students to communicate the objectives of Smart Zoom. And the third one is teamwork from the teachers. It's very important that to engage the teachers as the end users of Smart Zoom. So the Smart Zoom teams and the panel heads provide a comprehensive ongoing training and support for all the teachers. It's proven that 100% of the teachers have used Smart Zoom to keep students' records and also to get the real-time performance for their students. And we managed to get a great teamwork from everyone in school to implement Smart Zoom, and they're able to utilize it. And we're also lucky that during our parents and teachers meeting, we received a very good feedback from parents and our communities saying that Smart Zoom is a very good tool to get the data and to see their students' performance. And the key number 4 is that willingness to learn about something new. I'd like to quote what Cikgu Naimah had said earlier. She couldn't imagine how she would be able to get the data for school-based assessment if there is no Smart Zoom in school. Since she is the coordinator for for the school-based assessment, she needs to get the record she needs to report the data to the principal and also to the officers. So by using Smart Zoom, it is easier for her to get the data. And that is what we want, where all the teachers use Smart Zoom as part of their ongoing teaching practices. So they needed to be comfortable with all aspects of Smart Zoom and how it fit into their existing practices. SK Compada is also lucky to have a staff of teachers who are very positive and always willing to learn and adapt new things in school. So we are very lucky. Thank you to all teachers of SK Compada. And last but not least is that perseverance. We learned that when we begin to communicate with the teachers about Smart Zoom, some teachers express their doubt and uncertainty with their colleagues, which made us realize that even though we had spent time communicating what was expected to the teachers, we had not shown them how the data would be useful to the students' progress. But with the great support from everyone, especially from the Smart Zoom team and also from our head panels and our middle leader teacher, Smart Zoom is now becoming a useful and precious item that we have in our school. So before we end our session, I would like to express my sincere thanks to the speakers, Cikgu Baharom, Cikgu Zulkifli, and Cikgu Naimah. And also not forgetting our principal, Puan Hajah Ros Hayati, the technical team who are very hardworking, teachers, parents, and students of SK Compada. Thank you for always being supportive throughout our journey in the world's best school. Also, a special thanks to Keluarga Malaysia and everyone, no matter where you are. Thank you for your generous and continuous support to us. Thank you for joining us. Terima kasih. Selamat petang. Bye.
Bye.